time for some final thoughts right here on the Ford Faction. Let's get into it. Toya, kick us off.
All right, first up, we have Serena Williams.
Serena Williams has made the most news story headlining kind of meltdown this weekend, right? She came out and she called the chair umpire a thief. She started throwing a racket down, breaks a racket, another fine, another point deduction, inevitably loses. And the real U.S. Women's Open tennis champion, this Naomi Osaka, now she gets no credit because now we're all talking about Serena Williams having a meltdown, and then she throws politics in at the end. Turns out she actually was getting coaching, or the coach was at least making signals. Why would a coach make signals if no one's receiving them? Turns out the coach comes out and says after, you know what, I actually was giving signals, and, you lost. I'm sorry about it. And now, what's going to be done about it? She says that men aren't held to the same standard. So now she throws another political debate in sports yet again. What's next?
Mallory Hagan.
Mallory Hagan running against Congressman Mike Rogers, the 3rd District of Alabama, 3rd Congressional District. She left Alabama, left Auburn when she was 19, went to New York, says she was a New Yorkian with a little bit of Southern charm. She was Miss New York, Miss America. Now she comes back to Alabama to run against an incumbent. Now what does that tell you? Is she trying to start a political career? Or is she really wants what's best for Alabama? Because she said, quote, I am from this region. I'm from this area. I know the best. I don't think that's very genuine. You leave and come back and then try to start a political career. What's next?
Tim Allen.
So Tim Allen's show, Last Man Standing, gets picked up by Fox News. Okay, I was a fan of the show. I'm a fan of a lot of primetime family shows because I think a lot of families can relate to it. But you think the fans are coming back. I don't want to see this show go completely right-wing, conservative, that's all they push. I still want the show to be funny. I still want the show to be entertaining. But, you cut it off, ABC, and then it comes back on Fox. Let these shows run their time. People can relate to that show just like they can Blackish, just like they can Modern Family, The Middle. Let these shows have a little bit of time. Let them run. Let people enjoy these shows that they relate to them. Just because your media company doesn't line up with that agenda doesn't mean you should cancel the show. It's getting ratings. It's getting money. It's getting commercials. What's next?
Les Moonves.
Oh, the CBS CEO, Les Moonves, is now resigning, effective immediately. 12 women come up. The hashtag #MeToo movement has now boomeranged back again on a media company. When this Me Too movement came out, these women started thinking, okay, this guy has, from the 80s on, he has sexually assaulted women. 12 of them come forward, and guess what? You're going bye-bye. Because these media companies feel immune to it. You're not immune to it. You're the ones reporting on it, and you try to cover it up. There's so much more that goes on with CBS, ABC, all these other multimedia platforms that they try to cover up. What's next?
Carol Cook on the Trump comment.
So Carol Cook is a Broadway star. She's 94 years old. I think she gets this elderly pass. But she's talking about this Trump flag being held up in the Broadway Frozen musical, right? And she says, well, you know what? Before even addressing that, she says, where's John Wilkes Booth when you need him? Assassinating the president? That's your big genius plan, Carol Cook? You get an elderly pass for saying that. When an old person says something they shouldn't have, they get a pass, right? She needs to be held accountable for talking about assassinating the president. Come on! Just because you're on Broadway doesn't mean you're immune to all the problems that come with that. Sheesh. Oh, and that's Final Thoughts.
That's Final Thoughts.
Right here on the Ford Faction. We'll be back tomorrow with Final Thoughts. YellowHammerNews.com. Always. You can check out all the opinions, all the show rundown right here